The incessant tick-tock of Inspector Sullivan's antique grandfather clock held a rhythm, much like the city of Rochester, a syncopation of the ordinary that throbbed with life. He savored the quiet moments in his wood-paneled study, the taste of his strong black coffee as it weaved a comforting narrative of the mundane. His eyes, touched with age, held an ocean of patience and an island of sorrow. They had seen the underbelly of the world, and now the reflection of his face on the untouched case file marked Rochester ruins. His fingers traced the neat typography, an initial invitation to the unseen, the unknown. Every night his dreams were filled with murmurs. An indistinct choir of voices rose and fell with the rhythm of the wind, their whispers twisting around the contours of a buried orphanage, pulling him towards it. In the hush of these visions, he felt the echoes of a forgotten history reaching out to him from the depths of the earth. The evening he first heard of the Rochester ruins, it had stormed like a tantrum of gods. As rain pelted the window of his old brownstone apartment, his partner, Deputy McAllister, had sat across from him, nervously flicking his lighter open and shut. "It's a strange one, Sully," he said, his rough voice shrouded with uncertainty. "Construction crew found it, an old building, underground, an orphanage, from the looks of it." Sullivan remained quiet, his gaze fixated on McAllister. The younger man's discomfort was palpable, as if he carried an unspeakable secret. Sullivan's mind was a whirlwind, the word orphanage stirring the dust of memories buried within him. Memories of fear, loss, and the apocalyptic dance of a tornado. His past had hardened him like a diamond, but the edges still held the capacity to cut. He found an empathetic chord resonating within him for the children who once occupied the desolate orphanage. It was the same song of survival, the same echoes of terror. The discovery of the ruins and the enigma they represented posed a symphony of questions that intrigued the detective in him. However, the undercurrent of his dreams swelled into a tempest that loomed within his waking thoughts. There was a mystery in those dreams, in the whispers of that unseen choir. He had long learned to trust his intuition, to read the signs woven into the fabric of the world around him. The buried orphanage was calling him, and it was a call he would answer. His past had taught him the fragility of life, its unpredictable nature that could, in an instant, reduce everything to ruins. It was this knowledge that had led him to the path of justice, to help make sense of the world, to restore a semblance of order amidst chaos. Little did he know that this path was about to lead him into the unfathomable depths of the cosmos and the very edges of his sanity. As the night settled in, he sat alone in his study, the orphanage echoing in the chambers of his mind. His heart pounded to the rhythm of the whispers from the earth. His thoughts, intertwined with the cryptic labyrinth of his dreams, were a pledge to uncover the truth buried in the ruins of Rochester, a silent prologue to a saga of cosmic horror. Each morning was a rebirth for Inspector Sullivan, from the cryptic dreamscape to the palpable realm of the waking world. Yet the echoes of the buried orphanage refused to remain confined to his nocturnal narrative. The whispers of forgotten lives seemed to have bled into his daylight hours, haunting the mundane corners of his existence. The day he first set foot on the excavation site, the heart of Rochester was beating under a slate-gray sky. As if acknowledging his arrival, a wind picked up, running icy fingers through his graying hair. A chill coursed down his spine, an affirmation of the silent symphony that had been orchestrating his dreams. With a deep breath, he stepped into the belly of the excavated ruins. Amidst the skeletal remnants of the orphanage, he felt like a phantom walking through a time-stained memory. Ancient stones breathed out cold, musty air, carrying tales of long-lost childhoods, hushed laughter, and silent cries in the night. His eyes traced the archaic architecture, the worn-out stones, each corner and crevice a testament to a world that once was. In this labyrinth of shadows, he began his painstaking investigation. With each scrap of information uncovered, the orphanage's past started to unravel like a worn-out tapestry. Newspaper clippings, old photographs, letters steeped in hushed fear. Each artifact was a piece of a jigsaw puzzle that refused to form a familiar image. He discovered hints of unsettling occurrences, the names of children lost to the folds of time, burial records that bore no rationale, and strange accounts of unexplainable incidents. Throughout his journey into the labyrinth, Deputy McAllister shadowed him, a consistent presence etching deeper into the narrative. Yet a subtle shift began to seep into their camaraderie. There were moments when Sullivan would catch McAllister in whispered conversations, his eyes bearing a glint of secrets. A familiar discomfort returned, like a needle poking at the back of his mind. There was more to his partner than the eye met, and the undercurrent of betrayal lurked in the unspoken words. Evening often found Sullivan at his study, the day's findings spread around him like a constellation of mysteries. He often found himself staring out of the window, the rhythmic patter of rain a somber soundtrack to his thoughts. His city seemed to hold new dimensions, the familiar outline blurring into the spectral silhouette of the orphanage from his dreams. Reality, as he had known it, was slowly becoming a tapestry interwoven with the ethereal threads of the unknown. Each passing day entrenched him deeper into the labyrinth of the past, his own life echoing with the silence of the ruins. His resolve was steel, yet the terrain was proving more challenging than he had ever anticipated. The orphanage's secrets, obscured within a hazy maze, danced tantalizingly at the edge of his understanding. Unknowingly, he stood at the precipice of an abyss, a step away from plunging into the embrace of the cosmic unknown. This was only the beginning of a haunting serenade that would echo throughout the cosmos, drawing him into the ominous waltz of shadows. A month into Sullivan's voyage through the labyrinth, the threads of the orphanage's forgotten narrative had woven themselves into his existence, and in his hands he held the key. An artifact of antiquity, the unearthed idol seemed to breathe an alien air into his world. Its stone surface bore the image of an entity that defied earthly origins, its presence an indecipherable cryptogram amidst the ruins. The moment his fingers brushed against the cold, ancient stone, his mind was assailed by visions. Each pulse of the idol painted his consciousness with alien landscapes, galaxies spiraling in chaotic beauty, and dark voids filled with cosmic horrors. His understanding of reality was shredded, replaced by a kaleidoscopic canvas of unearthly knowledge. His world, his city, his very existence appeared insignificant against the grand theater of the cosmos. Even amidst this onslaught of revelations, he sensed the disquiet around him. McAllister's presence had evolved from a comforting companion to an enigma that echoed with insincerity. He watched as his partner's demeanor subtly shifted, his eyes evading his gaze, his fingers tapping a coded rhythm of anxiety. The evening he confronted McAllister was one painted with stormy hues. They sat across from each other, the silence between them an accusing specter. "What are you hiding, Mac?" he asked, his voice heavy with disappointment. McAllister shifted uncomfortably, his silence more telling than any words. His intuition had been right. McAllister's confession echoed in the room, a symphony of betrayal that shattered their bond. His partner had been driven by greed, courted by a shadowy organization, seeking the unearthed secrets for their own nefarious purpose. The truth shook Sullivan to his core, his trust in his partner crumbling like the ruins of the orphanage. Haunted by the ghost of his partner's betrayal and burdened with a cosmic awareness, he stood at the precipice of despair. The world as he had known was dissolving into the void of the unknown, and his understanding was reduced to the insignificance of a single grain of sand on an infinite beach. He felt the weight of the cosmic horrors pressing upon him, and the light of his mission was being devoured by the dark. Yet he was not a man easily daunted. Betrayal was a bitter pill, yet it fueled his resolve. The labyrinth of the orphanage's past had wound itself into his life, but he would tread its shadows till he found the heart of truth. As the thunder roared outside, he gazed at the idol, its alien form a mocking reminder of his ignorance. With a hardened resolve, he ventured deeper into the cosmic labyrinth, the echoes of McAllister's betrayal ringing in his ears, the symphony of the cosmos filling his soul. His tale of cosmic horror was now entwined with his very existence, leading him towards the tragic dance of destiny. Sullivan's world had become an echo chamber of cosmic horrors, his reality a complex tapestry woven from the threads of earthly mysteries and alien revelations. As the days melded into a timeless river, his investigation took him further into the heart of the orphanage's enigma. His steps were now synced with the alien rhythm that the idol pulsed, a cryptic siren call leading him through the labyrinth of shadows. The city of Rochester seemed to sway to an unseen rhythm, its lifeblood pulsating with the spectral pulse of the orphanage. His dreams were now vivid tableaus of alien vistas and undulating shadows, a dance of the damned that sang of his inevitable destiny. He had become a solitary traveler, treading the twilight zone between the familiar world and the alien cosmos, lost in the haunting symphony of the unknown. There came an evening when he stood once again at the precipice of the excavation site, the familiar structures of Rochester silhouetted against the darkening sky. As the city lights flickered, he descended into the belly of the ruins. This time, he felt the earth whispering to him, the ancient stones resonating with his heartbeat, leading him into the forgotten depths of the orphanage. His journey was a descent into a world where time held no meaning, the idol pulsing in synchrony with his heart. He found himself in a vast chamber, its cavernous walls etched with cosmic symbols that seemed to throb with otherworldly energy. His gaze fell upon a central pedestal, the pulsing idol in his hand reaching out to its missing place. A chill of realization coursed through him. He had reached the end of his journey. With a hesitant hand, he placed the idol onto the pedestal. A seismic hum echoed through the chamber, the walls coming alive with an alien light that bathed him in its ethereal glow. The air twisted and churned with cosmic energy, the laws of reality bending in the vortex of the unknown. The chamber was no longer an earthly ruin, it was a gateway, a cosmic portal that pulsed with the heartbeat of the universe. Yet even as the cosmic spectacle unfolded before him, he felt the earth under him trembling, mirroring the tornado that had torn his life asunder years ago. The walls of the chamber began to shudder, the symphony of the cosmos reaching a climactic crescendo. The ground beneath him gave way, plunging him into the darkness that yawned beneath the chamber. As he fell, the vortex of cosmic energy swirled around him, and he felt the final dance of his existence unfolding in the cosmic theater. His life, his mission, and his resolve were but ephemeral whispers in the grand opera of the cosmos. Sullivan, the man who had faced his city's underbelly, stood tall against the dark and dared to decipher the cosmic unknown, was finally claimed by the very mysteries he sought to unravel. His body was consumed by the churning earth, his essence absorbed into the cosmic dance, becoming one with the whispers of the universe. In the end, his tale was a dance of the damned, a cosmic ballet that etched his existence onto the canvas of eternity. As the final notes of his life echoed in the void, the ruins of the Rochester orphanage fell silent once again, concealing its secrets in the bowels of the earth, whispering the tale of the man who had dared to dance with the cosmos. We appreciate you tuning in. If you fancied the content, show your support with a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to keep up with our eerie adventures. Eldritch Tales Factory has plenty more to offer. Until next time.